For my vlog today, I wanted to break down the ending paragraph of The Bluest Eye. In the ending paragraph, Claudia basically reminds the reader that Piccola's madness and her sad ending is not her fault, but rather the community surrounding her. This, in my opinion, is due to interpolation. First, I wanted to do a simple definition of interpolation. Interpolation is the constitutive process where individuals acknowledge and respond to ideologies, thereby recognizing themselves as subjects. It shows ideology in society, and ideologies call out or hail people and offer a particular identity which they accept as natural or obvious. And there are no individuals targeted, they're just subjects. When this was covered in class on Monday, Professor Travers posed the question, do we see interpolation in the text? Which I agree that it is present in the text. The main interpolation theme in this text was that black people were hailed to believe white people are better. Some interpolation examples in this text is when Piccola drank out of their Shirley Temple cup constantly, and she was reminded that whiteness was what is depicted in brands as good. Other examples are the Mary Jane bars had a white girl on them, the baby doll given as a gift was white with blue eyes, the privileged individuals in the community were white, light-skinned individuals were viewed as classier or cleanlier because they were lighter skinned, and basically white people were represented as good and black people just weren't represented at all. The ending paragraph is, and now when I see her searching the garbage, for what? The thing we assassinated? I talk about how I did not plant the seeds too deeply, how it was the fault of the earth, the land, of our town. I even think now that the land of the entire country was hostile to marigolds that year. The soil is bad for certain kinds of flowers. Certain seeds it will not nurture, certain fruit it will not bear, and when the land kills of its own volition, we acquiesce and say the victim had no right to live. We are wrong, of course, but it doesn't matter. It's too late. At least on the edge of my town. Among the garbage and the sunflowers of my town, it's much, much too late. This stood out to me because Claudia proses the indefinite problem of interpolation, which was covered in class on Monday, and Claudia addresses that she did not plant the seeds too deeply, but how it was the fault of the earth, the land, of our town. Claudia demonstrates that there was nothing wrong with Piccola. There is nothing wrong with who she is. The problem is that the earth, which is a symbol of society, is the problem. The interpolation that white people are better is an ideology so dug into the earth, or society, that it is out of Piccola's control. And Claudia continues to say, the soil is bad for certain types of flowers, certain seeds it will not nurture, certain fruit it will not bear, and when the land kills of its own volition, we acquiesce and say the victim had no right to live. In my opinion, Claudia symbolizes the soil as society, and she symbolizes the flowers to represent black people. Society is bad for certain types of races because there are certain prejudices against that race, and it will not let the flower or race conform to the soil or society. It will not nurture the flower, instead it will just let it wither and die because it simply does not belong. This demonstrates interpolation to the aspect that we just ignore racism is a problem and we believe the problem be and accept it rather than try and take care of it. People treat it as if there's nothing you can do about it, so why pay attention to it? So why does the problem of interpolation matter? What is its effect in the text? I believe because of this interpolation, because white means good was constantly drilled into the little innocent head of Piccola, this is what caused her downfall. This interpolation, this constant reminder that white is good, drove Piccola into such hatred, she had to create an imaginary friend so she could create a new fictional narrative of her life to help her combat her self-hatred. Maybe if characters didn't accept interpolation and did not accept that white is better and that's just the way things are, then Piccola would not have drove herself into such self-hatred. If one person had told her that wishing for blue eyes would not make her beautiful because black is already beautiful, maybe she would have some confidence in her own self. Maybe she would be able to stick up for herself when it came to Maureen, Charlie, or anyone that she encountered. and things could have ended up differently. But because interpolation was just simply accepted because racism was thought of as a norm, we ended up with a heartbreaking story of a girl who never learned to love herself. So taking from this theme of interpolation, it demonstrates a call to action that we should not accept that white is better, because it is not. We need to stop accepting that it is a norm in society and combat against that and further express that black is just as beautiful as white. Thank you.